Hello and welcome back to another video. This is the start of my Thrillathon reading vlog and I'm super excited for this week. If you don't know, there's a readathon that I'm co-hosting with wonderful friends that I've made through the booktube community. And this is the week of the readathon, so it lasts from Saturday to Saturday. Starts right at midnight my time, which is in just a little over an hour from now. I'm gonna need to start getting everything ready for the kickoff sprint. So right now I'm not feeling the best because I have a little bit of a headache and it's already late, so I'm a little bit tired, but nothing coffee can't fix, right? So that's what the first thing on the agenda is to make a cup of coffee, and I'm actually really in the mood for a hot coffee tonight, which is very rare because I literally always have iced coffee even when it's freezing outside. I never want hot coffee, so this is a rare occasion. I'm gonna make some of that. I'm also gonna just take some Advil to hopefully knock out this headache. We're gonna hopefully get some reading done tonight. Let's talk about my TBR for the week, shall we? So first one that I'm prioritizing this week is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This is a horror paranormal haunted vibe that I'm really excited for. I love Riley Sager. I've recently read 3 of his books for a dedicated reading vlog and I really enjoyed all 3 of them. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched that vlog, I really enjoyed them, but even more so his writing is, I don't know where I was going with that. His writing is very good. I don't have many brain cells right now, so I don't really know what I'm talking about, but point is I recently found out how much I love Riley Sager and his writing, so I think he's a great author. I can't wait to read this book by him. I'm going to start with that one because it is the thickest one but also the one I'm most excited for, so I think it'll really jumpstart me into this readathon and get me excited and all of that. So that's what I'm gonna read first. I have a knot in my hair, I forgot, I need to brush it. And then after that, I think to break it up, I'm going to pick up a graphic novel, which is a little bit out of my comfort zone because I don't normally read graphic novels unless I'm extremely desperate. But I have this one that I was gifted I was gifted from a friend.
How do you say that?
I was gifted this book by a friend. There's also prompts for this readathon, and one of the prompts is to read a book that's out of your comfort zone. So I am classifying graphic novels out of my comfort zone. Okay, so I have this one, Fangs by Sarah Anderson. This was gifted to me by a Sarah from Sarah's Shelves. I'm very grateful to her. This is like a super, oh gosh, bear with me. I'm gonna need that coffee like faster than I thought. Let's just take a moment. Oh, how do you show? Here, let's do it this way. That's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, showing you those pages. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. Gonna break it up in between Home Before Dark and then my third book that I want to pick up, The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I know this isn't the thriller of all thrillers, meaning it's more based around family drama than it is like thrills and suspense and stuff like that. So I'm going into it knowing that and keeping that in mind. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I need books that grip me immediately, so hopefully all of these will do that for me. But yeah, so these are the main 3 that I'm prioritizing for the week, but I'm really hoping I can get to more than that because October, guys, is just the month to read all of the books, right? Everyone wants to read all of the books in October, but it's really hard because I think a lot of people are in reading slumps in October because of the seasons changing and with the pressure for all of the books that you want to read, you know, it's just a lot. If you couldn't tell, I'm struggling. I'm struggling a little bit, not just because of the headache and the lack of caffeine and stuff. It's just because I feel a little overwhelmed with all of the books I'm trying to get to this month, but you know, we're gonna have good vibes. Okay, so that's my TBR. I will talk to you later once I've made some progress, once I have an update for you. I love you. I will see you. Let's go make coffee, actually.
I have no reason to like
actual clothes anymore because I don't go anywhere. And even if I do, I don't care what I look like because the only people I really see is like people on Monday. Yeah. And I wear the same pants every Sunday.
Lips. I'm doing the scary part of my eyeliner. Look at how dark that is. It's so dark. Hello, my sprints just ended and I'm really sore from sitting for a long time. I need to move around, but we did end a little bit early, like 30 minutes. So it's 8:30 p.m. right now and the plan is to go take my dog for a walk and get my mail because I think I got a little prezzy in the mail. And then I'm gonna shower and take off all this makeup because we're losing it now. We're ready to get it all off and get cozy and all of that. So sprints were good. I read a little bit of Home Before Dark, but not a ton. I wish I read more. Maybe tonight I'll read some more before bed while I'm just settling in and stuff. But I did read Fangs during one of the sprints. I started it and finished it and it was super fun. I had a great time with this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Very, very cute. And I would probably reread that every spooky season because it's just adorable and super quick. Obviously it's a graphic novel, but yeah. And then let's see, what page am I on? I have not made it to the 100-page mark of Home Before Dark yet. Unfortunately, I'm on page like 89, so almost there, but hoping to make a little bit more progress. I'm having a little bit of trouble with it. Like, I think I was like really hooked and getting into it in the beginning, and then it just started to lose me a little bit. So I think I just need to give it more of my full attention and really try and get some pages read. With that, I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow during or after the sprints happening tomorrow and stuff. I don't really know what else the plan is going to be for tomorrow, but I'll just talk to you guys then and hopefully have read some more so that I can update you guys. Just kidding, I'm back. I went to the mail and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably open these on camera. I've got a couple packages here. I know I did order one book for myself. Also, I just started my dishwasher. It's kind of loud, so it's gonna turn back on any second now and it's gonna be a little obnoxious, but I'm gonna do this really quick. This one I think is the one that I bought myself with a gift card that a family member got me for Amazon. I got this book as well as another book. Here's the dishwasher. But I bought If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, and I'm very excited about this. I've heard lots of people talking about it, and I believe it's like a thriller of some sort. Genuinely breathtaking literary thriller. I have no idea what it's about, but it sounds interesting from what I've heard people say, like that it's really good and stuff. I don't know. I was just influenced by the cover and the fact that people are reading it and I want to read it. So we're gonna disregard how my lipstick is literally coming off. But then this one I think is from Lucy. Very excited for what I think this might be. She told me it was a pre-order and oh my gosh, it is. Speechless. Are you kidding? Like, I'm literally so excited for this. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but hopefully soon. I might squeeze this in to my October TBR, but that seems impossible because I have so many books on my October TBR. But I'm so excited for this. Thank you so much, Lucy. That is so kind of you, and I'm so excited. Can't wait to see what happens in this book. I am sweating. It's hot. Let's see the note. What does it say? Happy birthday, Sydney. Have a spooktastic day. Love, Lucy. Oh, thank you so much, girly. Bookish mail. Okay, now I'll see you tomorrow. I've made it up to page 214 of Home Before Dark. So I'm on chapter 13. I'm having a hard time with it, unfortunately. I'm having trouble caring about these characters and what's happening and the plot and everything. This family is basically just dumb. What it's about is this family lived in a haunted house when the daughter was very little. She was like 5 years old or something. 5 or 9. I can't remember. Maybe 9? 5? I don't know. She was young. She was little. Pretty sure it's 5. Yeah, because they talk about her starting kindergarten. Anyway, so her dad is an author and he wants to write a best-selling book, right? He wants to be a successful author, and so they go to move into this house, and right off the bat you can tell things are sus about the house. But the father refuses to care, refuses to believe it's anything out of the ordinary, so they still move in. He thinks, oh, this house will be great for inspiration for my writing, you know? So he's like, I can write a book about this house, it'll be great, we'll love it, we'll bypass, you know, the very creepy paintings on the wall, the very sketchy decor, the sus of this house. We will just get over it, you know, we'll get over it. Okay, no, sorry, you turn around and you leave that place and you find a better house. Like, you don't move into a house like that. What a terrible father. Like, he's literally the leader of this family, and he's like, yes, I could totally see my family living here very happily and my daughter growing up in this haunted house. Like, no. You could clearly tell the real estate lady giving you the tour of this house was clearly telling you some sketchy things about the house, and you're just not even willing to think about it for half a second. You're just like, nope, it's good. Like, we'll move here. Okay. No, that pisses me off. Like, that really, really pisses me off. You asked for it, dude. You asked for it. So they move into this house and they only end up living there for 20 days, right? Because things start to go down and things start to happen and they get freaked out and they leave after 20 days. But Maggie, the daughter, is very in the dark about it all because her parents are keeping secrets from her. As she got older, they never talked about the book that he ended up writing about the house. They don't answer her questions that she has about the house, and she's just very much left in the dark, right? The dad publishes that book, and so throughout this book, you're reading his book. So it's from the perspective of Maggie, the daughter, now as she's an adult, and then the other chapters are parts of the book that the dad wrote. So you're seeing maybe a fictionalized version of things that happened in the house, or maybe they're real. That's what Maggie is now determined to find out. So she is wanting to know if the things that her dad wrote in this quote-unquote fictional book, if they are actually real, and if she lived in a haunted house. Basically, she wants to just find out what is behind it all, right? So that's what's happening. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not craving more from this, unfortunately. Yeah, it's actually very, very disappointing how I'm not enjoying this book. I don't care about the characters. I don't care about where the plot is going and all the side characters, and it's clearly haunted, end of story, get out of there, never go back, you know? So we'll see how the ending goes for me, but that's my update for right now. I'm slowly making my way through, but I need to finish it, so that's what I'm gonna go try and do. So I finished Home Before Dark a little bit ago, and that book was a roller coaster. I had a really hard time coming up with what I wanted to rate it, how I felt in general about that book. It was really good. Don't get me wrong, I did love it, and I think Riley Sager is amazing, and he's a genius, and the stories he can come up with, and how all of his novels so far that I've read are so different. They all have their own different thing. I think that's incredibly impressive. Still think Riley Sager is a great author, but this book was really holding on to a 3-star pretty much the whole time, because I could tell that it was definitely my least favorite so far. The only other ones I've read are Survive the Night, which I gave 5 stars, Final Girls, which I gave 4 stars, and The Last Time I Lied, which I gave 3.25 stars. So I ended up landing on a 3.25 for Home Before Dark as well, because the ending really did pull through for me. There were so many twisty twists, like when you thought it was over, like when you thought that that was going to be the last twist, there was another one. So that was really good. I like a lot of twists at the end, and it made so much sense, you know? Like, I like when everything wraps up in the end just like really, really well. Riley Sager is a genius for coming up with that whole story, because I was really confused trying to keep track of everything, and I don't know how he did it with writing that story. Yeah, so like with the book within a book is really hard to write, I imagine, but I also like don't think I love that. I don't think I'm a fan of that, but because it kind of reminded me of Evelyn Hugo, with you're reading about like the narration from the present day, but then you're going back and reading some sort of media from the past. It was definitely reminding me a lot of Evelyn Hugo, and if you didn't know, I did not like that book. I have a very unpopular opinion with that book, and I think now with Home Before Dark as well. I think a lot of people love this one and it ends up being their favorite, but it definitely... Okay, are you good? Are you trying to get comfy or what's going on with you? It definitely was not my favorite, but I still thought it was really well done. I just could not care enough about the characters in this one. I was getting so overly frustrated with the story and with the dad and with like the slow pace of it. Wasn't feeling it for this particular story. Sometimes I do enjoy a slow paced thriller, but I don't think it worked well for me in this one. So I definitely recommend it. Obviously Riley Sager is one of my favorite authors now. That is no question at all. And I would recommend this book if you like haunted houses, but like speculative horror, speculative haunted stories, because by the end of the book you're still wondering, is it haunted? Is it paranormal? Like, you kind of have an open ending in that way. The rest of the ending you did get some closure, so that was good. But yeah, and then if you like dual perspectives with the mixed media of a book within a book, but then you're also following Maggie, who is in the present day, going back to this house to figure out the truth of everything and find out about the secrets that her parents kept from her. It is pretty spooky a little. Like, it is pretty spooky, but I was expecting to be more spooked. But there were definitely a few handful of creepy scenes. Sometimes it was pretty spooky, but I think it could have been spookier for being an adult horror. I don't know. There were just lots of thoughts. Benji, what are you doing? There were just lots of thoughts going through my brain about this book. I'm gonna give it a 3.25, which is the same rating I gave the last time I lied. I think those are tied right now. Those two are tied, but I think it'll just like come down to a personal preference, you know, like if I like haunted houses more, or if I like a camp setting mystery. I don't know, it's hard. I have to think about it all still. Once I do my final Riley Sager ranking video, which I also need to read Lock Every Door still, and then we'll figure that out. Are you hot, babies? I could turn on the fan. I think he's hot. He's being so dramatic right now. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing, finishing up Home Before Dark, and now I'm gonna start just listening to one of my audiobooks just to take a break from physically reading. I have 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson that I'm gonna listen to, and then when I feel like picking up an actual physical book again, I'm gonna read this, The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. So that's the update. I am on sprints right now. Currently Kalia's sprints are on, and so I'm gonna start reading.
On the day that Bill Manso's body was found on the tracks.
Okay, so I actually just was thinking about the last time I lied. I said I rated it 3.25, but that sounded really wrong to me, so I just looked and I actually gave it 3.75, which makes more sense because I did like that one. I did like that one a lot, and so that makes more sense why Home Before Dark would be 3.25, 3.5, somewhere in there, which really hurts me to say that. I wish I could give it a higher rating. I didn't feel excited to read it for a good chunk of it. Like, at the end it got really, really good by like the 300 page mark, like 275, somewhere in there, but from like page 100 to 250 I wasn't really invested as much as I would have liked to be. But the beginning did grip me and I was excited, but then it like really dragged on for a while. I think it was a little too long for my liking. And this is my second time reading a horror book. The first one I read was Horrid by Katrina Leno. That's a YA horror, but I liked that one a lot for different reasons and stuff, but I'll talk about it more in my wrap up for October. But I gave that a 3.5. I think with going into Home Before Dark, knowing that it's an adult thriller, I was expecting more, but I still really enjoyed it. So 3.25, 3.5, 3.3, 3.4, you know, somewhere in there. I think I just prefer Riley Sager's thrillers over his horror book as of right now, you know. That's just how I'm feeling, okay? I'm not gonna question it. We shouldn't overthink our initial gut feelings and thoughts and reviews on books, right? So you just go with your gut, and my gut is telling me 3.25, which is disappointing, but I did love it, so I don't know what. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop overthinking, and I'm just gonna listen to my audiobook now. Hi, I have another package to open. Got another package. I'm gonna open it on camera just in case. Whatever it is from one of you people. I'm so excited. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is from Jenny. She said, Sydney, as a fellow Friends to Lovers stan, you need to read this. Childhood best friends to lovers plus second chance romance. It's everything from Jenny Reads Maybe. Thank you so much, Jenny. I literally cannot wait to read this in all its glory. Lighting is terrible. Yay, I can't wait. I need to like cut out her note because it came in this big old thing. Anyway, so right now I'm making some lunch slash dinner for Riley and I have some reading updates to give you. Let's see, what did I vlog yesterday? I don't remember. Okay, I was going to listen to sorry, I'm just like flinging around these scissors. I said I was going to start the audiobook for 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson, and that is what I did. And I read it all in one sitting, listened to it all in one sitting. It was pretty okay. Very easy to follow along with the audiobook, so that was nice. It was a fun little mystery book, murder mystery, that had lots of classic mystery book references, which I didn't catch on to a lot of them because I haven't read a lot of them. And I heard that, or I've seen someone's review say that they didn't like how it spoiled some of the plot points for those books. So I would just be careful if you're worried about that happening. I didn't really pay attention to that, so I don't know whether that is actually like what that actually entails. But anyway, so yeah, it was okay, nothing groundbreaking, so a 3-star from me, but I did enjoy it, and the ending was a little unexpected, so that was kind of fun. And there's a little cute cat companion as well. The main character works in a bookstore, so lots of like book-ish references and things that I enjoyed for a fun little murder mystery. And it was super short, like the audiobook is 8 hours, so I listened to it all the way through at 2x speed, making that 4 hours. And then after that, as I was getting ready to go to sleep, I started listening to City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, and this is her middle grade. I'm listening to it on audiobook, again, very, very short. It's 5 hours in total, so on 2x speed I can read it very fast. But I'm actually really enjoying it. It's very refreshing. I don't normally prefer middle grade, so this actually also works for the prompt of reading something out of your comfort zone. So middle grade is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm very much enjoying it. Like I said, it's refreshing, but still like has spooky ghost vibes for a thrillathon and everything, so I'm enjoying that. I did film a video today and I've been editing it, so that's kind of what's just been going on. But later tonight, when I have time to just sit and read for a while, I will probably read The Last Thing He Told Me. Okay, so yeah, those are my updates. For dinner, I'm making cauliflower pizzas, so that's what we're going to eat, just chill, hang out, and all of that kind of stuff. I will see you when I see you. Hello everyone. So it's currently Thursday, which is day 6 of Thrillathon. I have so far read 4 books. I finished City of Ghosts, and now I've started The Last Thing He Told Me. I'm on page 188, so I've made some good progress with this. I will definitely finish it. Currently right now I'm on Janelle's reading sprints with Zoe. So this is the current situation. We just started another 45-minute sprint, and I'm going to continue reading this, hopefully finish it very, very soon. I don't know if I'll pick something else up for Thrillathon. I do have other books that I need to read, so I don't know. We'll play it by ear and see where I'm at after I finish this. But so far this is going well, like a little bit on the slower paced side. Like I'd say it's medium paced. I think I mentioned before that people were saying that it's not necessarily a thriller, it's just more family drama heavy, and I can definitely see that. It's more mystery-ish too. Nothing's very thrilling at all. And oh, I'm not wearing my ring. I need to get that on. It's 10:21 a.m. so I woke up a little bit ago and I've just been on sprints, so I haven't really gotten fully ready for the day. This is definitely just interesting and mysterious. You're trying to figure out what's going on with this father who up and left his 16-year-old daughter with the stepmom. The relationships in here are really good. I feel like they're genuine. My freaking camera died, so we're gonna do it on my phone just to finish this update. I'm just waiting for something to happen in here that like gets me really into it. I mean, I'm already over halfway, so I'm into it. I'm just like waiting for a big moment to make this really good, you know? So right now it's kind of average, but I do like the characters. I think they're pretty fleshed out. I'm going to get back to reading it and hopefully finish it very soon. I just finished. That last page, that last little bit gave me that like I'm gonna cry feeling, but it was just like then and gone, you know. It was just like chills on my face and I was just like, oh. So that ending was really good, but I don't know how I feel about the overall book. It's a cute story. Not cute, I mean, I don't know, the relationship between the stepmother and the daughter having to work together to figure out the mystery behind why her father disappeared. There's lots of legal money talk throughout the whole book. That's pretty much the big plot of this story, but the ending, I have mixed feelings about the ending. Like I said, that last page kind of just like struck a chord with me, so I think it was overall a good book. I think I'm gonna rate it 3 out of 5 stars. It's not very thriller-y, so if you don't like crazy thrillers but want something a little more on that side of things, then I would recommend it. I think this was pretty similar to, or just gave me similar feelings that I had when I read We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang. So if you've read that book, maybe you would like this one, and vice versa. I also gave We Are the Brennans 3 stars, so that's kind of where I'm feeling about this too, you know what I mean? That is exciting though, that I finished my 5th book for Thrillathon. That's insane. I've switched over to Lucy's sprints and I've been watching her and Zoe. They are currently muted just so that I can film this clip, but now I need to start something else. I think that's going to be this. Hold on. I think I'm gonna read this, which is totally not for Thrillathon and totally for a separate reading vlog, but I really need to make progress because this is all I've read. So I think I'm gonna try. Oh, this smells so good. This just smells like an actual book. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do right now. Try and make a good dent in Aquamath. It is not part of Thrillathon at all, but we do have a couple days left. Tomorrow's Friday. I do plan to start another book tomorrow for Thrillathon, so I will talk to you when I start that. Hello everyone. So I'm here with an update because I started a new book. I'm reading Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and this is a buddy read with Janelle from Beauty and the Books. If you don't know her already, where you been? She is a very, very good friend of mine. Who am I kidding? She's my best friend. We decided to buddy read this together because she did buy me this book for my birthday. We started it tonight and I'm already on page 104 and I'm absolutely loving it. This is going so great. I'm having an amazing time with this. I love how I read so much in the first sitting. Like in one sitting I've read 100 pages. I'm just like constantly in the story and it's all coming at me like so fast. It's been such a quick read so far. Janelle and I were reading it at the same time on StreamYard. Like we were FaceTiming each other pretty much. We were reading at the same time and she was reading way faster than me. Like she was already at page 122 or something when I was on page 80. So she's an incredibly fast reader apparently compared to me, and I felt like I was reading it fast, and I think I really was reading it fast. It's just because it's really good. It's really easy to read, very, very entertaining. Whoa, sorry, my TV just changed. I'm loving the graphic descriptions, some of the horror elements in this already. Really, really good, really interesting. We're hoping to finish this by the end of Thrillathon, so it's Friday night, 11:43 p.m., so almost Saturday for me, and Thrillathon ends Sunday. Technically it ends at midnight on Sunday, I think. Or no, I think it ends on, no, it ends on Saturday. I don't know why I think it ends on Sunday. It ends tomorrow, Saturday at 11:59 p.m. So we have all day tomorrow, but the plan is to finish it by Sunday because we want to start a new book on Monday, or we want to start, yeah, I mean, we obviously want to start all of the books as quickly as we can, but we are planning another buddy read starting Tuesday most likely. But I'll talk about that another time. But this is for Thrillathon. This isn't for any of the other prompts. I also actually did start listening to The Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones on audio. I have that on Scribd. I started listening to that, and it's like super short. In total, at normal speed, the audiobook is like 2.5 hours. Very, very quick. I haven't finished it yet though. Because I had a headache today and I just like couldn't function for a while. So let's see, I'm about halfway through Night of the Mannequins, so I will finish that tomorrow, but I'm kind of counting that as the last bingo prompt that I need for Thrillathon, which is read a slasher. I would say it's pretty slashery. It's about this group of kids who decides to play a prank on one of their friends involving a mannequin in a movie theater, and then things go wrong. The mannequin comes back to kill the kids basically, and that's all I'm gonna say because it's such a short book. I don't want to spoil too much, but at the halfway point where I'm at right now, it's pretty interesting. Not what I expected, but pretty interesting. But this bad boy, I'm really loving this. Gonna read a little bit more tonight and then go to sleep, and then read lots tomorrow so that we can finish this on time. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of Thrillathon soon. Tomorrow is the last day. It was a really good week. I feel like it went by very fast as well though too, but it was very, very fun. Read lots of books. This is my 6th book of the 6th and 7th book of the readathon. That's insane. But I did utilize graphic novels and audiobooks, and it's been great. I'm in such an amazing mood right now. Like I'm feeling really good just because I'm loving this book so much. And Janelle and I were just talking about how we both really needed a book that was just like so good, like unputdownable, you know, because we both haven't had one of those books in a while, and we're both really loving this, so that's great news. Hopefully it stays that way for the last, you know, for the rest of the 300 pages that we have to read, because it's 400-ish in total. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I need my little notebooky thing. What about my other one? Where's my other one? It's all the way over there. Hold on. Okay, so hi. I'm here to wrap up this vlog because Thrillathon is over. Such a fun week with so many amazing people. I want to thank all of you who joined the readathon. It was really a fun time, so I really hope you enjoyed your time as well and got some good reading done, got some good spooky books in throughout the week. Let me know if you did participate and what your favorite book was that you read. If you didn't join, that's totally okay. This will most likely be an annual readathon, so we will see you next year. Thank you nonetheless for watching this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let's wrap up really quick what I read this week because I can't even really remember. I read a total of 6 books this week. 6.5, a little over 6.5, because I'm still currently reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, but I haven't finished it and I wasn't planning on reading that for the readathon, and I don't want to give too many thoughts on that because I might save my thoughts and review on it for a separate video. So yeah, but I read a total of 6 books this week, starting with the graphic novel Fangs. I gave this 4 stars. It was super cute but really short and a graphic novel, so I don't know if I would ever give 5 stars to a graphic novel just because they're not very substantial, you know, they're just like fun and whatever. But I really did enjoy this and I will definitely be rereading it, like definitely next year, next spooky season again, but maybe even again like this month, I don't know, because it's so quick. Then I read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. and I ended up giving this a final rating of 3.5 out of 5 stars. You know, really good. I just wanted more, and I was a little disappointed by some things. Unfortunately, not my favorite Riley Sager, but that's totally okay. I'm still glad I read it and I had a fun time. And then after that, I finished listening to the audiobook of 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson. I believe that was what I read next. And yeah, I gave this 3 out of 5 stars, pretty average. After that, I read The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars as well, because I didn't love the plot that much, but I liked the characters and the relationships that were shown and built throughout the novel. And then after that, I listened to the audiobook City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This was a cute little middle grade spooky ghost story I really enjoyed. 4 out of 5 stars. And then after that, I read another audiobook. So lots of audiobooks this week, which is really what helped me get through 6 books. Definitely audiobooks coming in clutch. And so for that last book, it was Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. This was very interesting. This one I gave 2.75 out of 5 stars, just because it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, it was very creepy and strange and fun in that way, but I don't know, I expected a little bit more reasoning behind what was happening, and it is a short book, so I get why, you know, it's kind of hard to like delve into it that much to get enough out of it to feel like a high rating. It's really hard to rate short books a higher rating, I feel like, for me personally. So I just wish it was a little bit longer to give us a little bit more depth, you know what I mean? But it was interesting and definitely different. But yeah, so then that's that. Those are all the books that I read for Thrillathon. I did complete all the prompts for the bingo board. I completed them all. It feels really good, and I'm excited for next year. I hope to see you guys when we do this readathon in the next spooky season. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap up this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in another video very soon.